Welcome you back to BLACKSITE Sports, and tonight we're going to talk about Aqib Talib, that I believe he should spend life in prison after the death of Mike Hickmon. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Aqib Talib was the one who started the incident in which Mike Hickmon was shot and killed by his brother in front of his own son. Aqib Talib was an NFL player, but we know Aqib Talib's history ever since going back to the University of Kansas. He's been in incident after incident after incident, and he's never really been punished. Aqib Talib, his mother at one time, him went and shot at their boyfriend. He wasn't punished. He wasn't punished for all the incidents, but it finally reached the pinnacle at this football game for 9 years old. Instead of him accepting a call by the referee, he gets mad and approaches the referee. Not only approaches the referee, but approaches the other sideline, in which you have small children who are only there to have fun. But Aqib Talib took it to a whole nother level. Him and his brother and the fellow coaches. Mike Hickmon was only there as a father supporting his son as a quarterback. He even volunteered to hold the line scrimmage pylons to tell them this is the first down. He volunteered for that. That tells you what type of father he was to his son. But he ends up dead because of Aqib Talib's aggressiveness and his thuggishness. And that's what he has portrayed ever since being at the University of Kansas and coming into the NFL. Being suspended multitude of times, fighting on the field, always showing his thuggish life activities. But it reached its pinnacle with his brother. They started the fight. Instead of him being the adult, him being a prestigious man playing in the NFL, he should have said, okay, the game is over. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. No, he took it to another level. Mike Hickmon only went over there to pick up a football, a family, someone on the other team kicked it, and all of a sudden, a brawl started. They attacked Mike Hickmon. The only thing he had was the line scrimmage pylon to protect himself. He falls to the ground. He's already unprotected, and his brother Yahoo goes ahead and pumps bullets in him. And you know he didn't stay there. Him and his brother ran together. This is highly disturbing. But he has always been rewarded for his thuggish activity. The NFL even rewarded him. They gave him a job as a commentator on the NFL, and he was even going to get a job working for Amazon Thursday Night Football. This shows you, with all the transgressions he has had, they were still going to give him a reward. So why would he ever act good? He has always been rewarded for his bad behavior. But his bad behavior now cost someone their life. We seen the fellow coaches on the Dragons talk on TV, and it was very sad to see them on Jason Whitlock's show on The Blaze as they talked about what Aqib Talib did as a coach, in the way he acted, and how he should have been the one to lead everybody off the field and stop the conflict. But he started it and egged it on. And I hope the police department in Texas and investigators don't let him slide again, because he's been getting away with it all his life. His brother, yes, will be convicted of murder and be sent away for the rest of his life. But I want him in the same cell with his brother because he was the one who started. Yes, they probably try and say, well, give him a simple assault charge. No, I want him to get accessory to murder because this man was a father. He had a family that was dependent on him. Only 2 years ago, his sister was murdered, and he probably was the head of his whole family. Now his mother, his wife, have to deal with her husband and a son dying over a senseless 9-year-old football game because of Aqib Talib once again with his thuggish behavior and his negative attitude started a fight, started chaos that ended in someone's life. And why was his brother carrying a gun at a 9-year-old football game? What, he's a gangster? He's a pee-wee gangster? He's running around with a gun in his pocket. And when you have a weapon and you can't control your emotions, what usually happens? You do something you normally wouldn't do. If he didn't have the weapon with him, he wouldn't have did it. He was no threat, Mike Hickmon. He was already on the ground. How could he have done anything to anybody? This was a malicious, it was intentional, and he should be charged with murder. And he should be in the same courtroom as his brother. He shouldn't be working for the NFL at all, Amazon at all, college football at all. He's a bad human being. And he is the worst teacher of kids because he taught them one thing. If you have a problem, it must result in a conflict. Now, all those kids who happen to be at that game will be traumatized for the rest of their lives. And I think about Mike Hickmon's son, who saw his father being murdered right in front of his eyes. This story is huge, and I don't think ESPN, FS1 is even talking about this story enough. Because this is what's going on in the black community every day. Black men dying of senseless crimes. And nobody's talking about it. And this is just another crime that people just close their eyes to. This man doesn't deserve any respect. All Mike Hickmon's family deserve is justice. And justice right now. I want to thank you for listening to BLACKSITE Sports. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.